Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another pick a card reading, and the topic for today is going to be advice on your spiritual journey. So I'm going to be getting into a couple different oracle messages here as well as tarot messages to see what is currently going on in your spiritual journey, any advice that you might need to know, any signs that you're not seeing, etc., anything that needs to come through for you guys. So we have our three piles right here. Pile number one is going to correspond to the card of the 19th moon mansion with two paths, as well as the opalite crystal. Pile number two is going to be the 26th moon mansion with the prisoner, as well as the Himalayan salt crystal. And then pile number three will correspond to the first quarter waxing earth moon with stability with the lapis lazuli crystal. So go ahead and intuitively choose the pile that you feel most drawn to. Do not overthink it. Whatever you feel drawn to right away is going to be the message for you. Your intuition usually is the first 3-4 seconds that you feel something. So anything past that is overthinking. I'll give you guys a few moments. You can close your eyes if you need to. Take a deep breath. All right, and once you have chosen your pile, I will see you in the timestamps below corresponding to your reading. Bye. Hey, pile one, if you have chosen the 19th moon mansion with the two paths and the opalite crystal, this is going to be your reading. So let's take a closer look at your card here. We have Moon Jupiter. This corresponds to Scorpio, Sagittarius, the degrees of, or between 21 degrees Scorpio and 4 degrees Sagittarius. So some of you may be Scorpios or Sagittarius. You don't have to be. Let me make sure everything is, I have enough space for this because I might need a lot of space today. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So before I even say anything, there could be a possibility for you guys to make a decision here. You might feel like you are being pulled in two different directions for your spiritual path. Like there is one spiritual direction that you want to go in, but then there's another direction that you feel is really calling to you. And I feel like with the opalite crystal being here as well, there is an energy of needing to listen to your intuition, to listen to where your body is guiding you to go. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out your oracle cards here first, and then we'll get into the tarot portion. Some of you guys may be Libras as well, is what I'm doing. Only because the opal crystal corresponds to the sign of Libra. Alright, so what advice do we have for pile number one on their current spiritual journey, please? What advice do we have? Thank you. Alright, we have the Alchemist. You guys are definitely in an energy here where you can take whatever path you need to take and you are able to make the most out of it. I feel that no matter which path you take, you will be led down a journey here where you are going to be able to make your own decisions. It's almost like you're making the path as you go, if that makes any sense. I feel like you guys are really powerful here, and it's almost like if you've been worrying about making the wrong decision, I don't feel like there is a wrong decision here, only because you are co-creating with the universe right now. So every decision that you make, every path that you decide to take here is going to be created as you go along. Sometimes that can be a little more either frustrating or nerve-wracking sometimes, but I feel like you guys have a lot of power here. So what advice can we give to pile number one on their current spiritual journey? Thank you. We have trust the timing, trust the wave you came in on, time is not running out. Yeah, some of you guys, I did feel a little bit of like feeling like you're rushed, or feeling like you have to make a decision very quickly here. But I am assuring you that you do have some time. You do have some time here before you have to make like any life-changing, earth-shattering decisions. So let's get one more oracle card for you guys. Yeah, I am getting that divine timing is at play here. Everything is being worked out the way it is supposed to be for you. And I know that can also be frustrating to hear, but I'm just the messenger, you guys. All right. What advice can we give to pile number one on their current spiritual journey, please? Thank you. All right, so we have flight plan, a trip, a disappearance, lack of closure. Okay. So I am getting an energy for some of you, almost like this vacation energy, or like you had to separate yourself from something. Let me sit on this for a moment. Okay, so yeah, I feel like you guys could have potentially been down a certain path already. You could have been connected to someone in a relationship. You could have been working at a job. You could have been doing something creative-wise that you really thought was going to take you somewhere, that you thought was going to be the end-all be-all for you. And I feel like if this was a relationship, this person, they ghosted you, or maybe you decided to end things. Or maybe what you were working on, you realized that it wasn't what you thought it was. It wasn't bringing you the satisfaction that you wanted. But for many of you, I do feel like this is tied up to a person. I feel like you did not receive the ending that you wanted in a particular situation, and it left you feeling like unhinged is what I'm hearing, but like you were on edge. So it's almost like you were working on something, you were giving a lot of effort to something, and then all of a sudden this person switched up on you or something changed and you had to let go of this path. And I feel like this is why you guys could be feeling frustrated or feeling like you have to choose a new path, because I feel like a new path has been made available to you. I do feel that the path you were working on initially was supposed to lead you somewhere. That was a potential timeline for you. But I do see that whatever happened in that situation, whether it involves a person or whether it involves something that wasn't true. And notice how we have in this card here, it's like Cinderella's carriage with the mice and the pumpkin. So maybe you were connecting with someone, or you were in a situation where it felt like it was too good to be true, or someone was not telling you the truth about who they are or what they wanted. And it's almost like I'm getting that energy of at midnight, the magic ran out. So it's almost like the time ran out on the situation for it to get anywhere, because someone wasn't taking action, or something happened where someone backed out of something. And I don't feel like it was you guys. I feel like it was another person. I feel like, yeah, this left you feeling very disappointed, very frustrated, because like I mentioned, I feel like you guys really felt that this was the path for you. You felt that this is what you really wanted to commit to. But I am seeing that as a result of the situation ending, there is a new path becoming available to you. Hence, we have the Two Paths card here. And I do feel like with the moon, Jupiter being present, as well as Opal here, I feel like you guys are very intuitive at this time. I feel like your intuition has been enhanced as a result of whatever happened here. And I feel like you guys are being called to spend more time in nature, to maybe spend time near water. For some of you guys, you might even be on vacation, or if you live near water, it will be very beneficial for you to step out there, to listen to what the ocean is telling you, to what the lake is telling you. There's something there about the water giving you the messages that you need. Yeah, and trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Some of you guys might feel that you gave so much effort to the first situation that now it's almost like you feel like you're behind, or you feel like you are going to have to do, it's like you're going to have to work your way back up is how you guys are feeling. You're going to have to work your way back up in a new direction to start over because something did not work out. And that can be very disappointing, very frustrating. Definitely, I totally understand that. And I really feel like with the Alchemist being here as well, like you guys are more powerful than you know. You guys have more control over the situation than you think you do. And not to say that you have the ultimate control here, because we do not. The universe is always ahead of us. It has more power over us. But I do feel like with this card showing up here, the universe is letting you know that you do play a part in this. So whatever decisions you're making right now, whatever, I'm hearing karma. So whatever it's like whatever decisions you're making, you're either incurring good karma, bad karma. So whatever you're deciding to do from here on out is going to determine how the path is created for you. And I feel like with the Alchemist being here as well, like many of you guys may be very intuitive. Some of you may be magicians, psychics, or maybe you work with herbs. Maybe you're a healer of some sort, plant medicine. There's something here about you guys being more powerful than you know. And I feel like this path that was closed off to you, it almost feels like it's not completely closed. It feels like something has been left up in the air here, and you're not sure whether or not you're going to be returning to this path. So it's almost like you're turning away to something new. You're thinking of a plan B. But I feel like this plan B is something that you are actually in the process of still creating. So if you feel like you don't know where you're going, if you feel like you're running out of time, if you feel like you have no idea what you're doing, I feel like this is part of the process, and I feel like this is a process for you in order to actually understand how much power you hold and how strong you are. And ultimately, I just really feel that you guys have the ability to start over if you needed to. You guys have the ability to create a brand new path for yourself. Yeah, there's something here that you guys are starting to work on, I feel. Something alone. Or maybe you're just getting, hold on a second. I'm getting something, but I don't know how to put this into words. I'm being told that many of you guys are very powerful. You guys have strong manifesting abilities. So I'm going to go back to saying that some of you may be Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra. I feel like some of you may be Gemini as well. But I really feel like at this time, the path that you are not seeing, it's almost like one path, right? The one path that you thought you were going to go on, it seems like it's not going to work out for you, but you're not sure. But at the same time, there's a new path that you are creating right now that you are not so sure of either, and maybe you can't see it. I'm getting an image of the Hermit card in my head of you not being able to see that far in front of you. But I feel like it's meant to be this way. I feel like I mentioned, every decision that you make, everything that you are doing to create this new path for yourself, it's going to unfold in divine timing. It's going to unfold according to the decisions that you decide to make. So, and for many of you, I do feel like this new path is something that you are doing alone, if I didn't say that yet. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pull some tarot cards for you so we can clarify a little more information for you guys. Can we clarify? Here, let's do one more shuffle. Can we please clarify the two paths? Clarify the two paths for pile number 1, please. Clarify the two paths. All right, we have the 6 of Cups. Very interesting. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move this up a little bit so you guys can see the full cards. Okay. Clarify the Alchemist. We have the 8 of Wands, more Sag energy. Clarify, trust the timing. We have 3 of Swords. Clarify flight plan, please. Okay, let's try this again. These cards are really hard to shuffle. They have like that velvety texture, so I'm doing my best here. Clarify flight plan. Okay. So for flight plan, we have a couple cards. We have the Emperor, we have the 2 of Wands, and we have the Knight of Cups. So I'm going to move these over a little bit since we have a couple more cards for you. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. So what I am seeing for you guys is that there was actually a connection here. Definitely a strong soul connection, that maybe you were meant to do something with this person. You were meant to work with this person. You were meant to open up a journey in your life with this person with when it comes to your spiritual path. And I feel like you and this person's path were aligned. But something happened here along the course of time where maybe something was moving too quickly for this person or for yourself. This person, I'm hearing cold feet. There's something that happened here where this person decided to step away from this situation, and it left you alone. It left you feeling like, okay, maybe I have to do this by myself. And you guys, like I mentioned, you guys are very strong, very powerful. So I don't really feel like you guys are the codependent type or the type to kind of wait on somebody. So I am seeing that along the course of this happening, you guys have acquired more confidence. You have acquired a lot more skill set is what I'm also getting, or the ability to plan, the ability to I'm hearing process your emotions. with that Knight of Cups being there, there could be something where you guys still want to, it's like you're either keeping your heart open, or maybe you are keeping the possibility open for this past situation to continue on, but at the same time, you're not really holding on to a specific outcome. So I do feel like when it comes to your current spiritual journey, there was a situation here with this person where they sort of had to awaken you. This person's lack of closure, this person's disappearance, this person backing away from whatever you two were working on, it caused you to realize your own power and to tap into your own stability, to tap into your own, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just like the ability for you to do things on your own. Maybe there was an instance of or maybe there was a tendency for you guys in the past here to be codependent, or there was a tendency for you to feel that the only way you could succeed is if you had someone by your side. But I feel like this situation is really showing you that you have more power than you know, and that you can actually accomplish a lot on your own because you had to. You were left with no other choice here. And like I mentioned, I feel like some of you guys are still open to the possibility of this working. Some of you guys still wonder about this person. You still wonder if this is ever going to come back together. This could even be like a soulmate or a twin flame connection for some of you is what I'm getting. Definitely. So I feel like this situation calls for not necessarily for you to end up with this person, but to realize your own potential, to realize the capability of your own power. And if we go back to the true meaning of a twin flame relationship, not everyone, unfortunately, gets to connect or unite with their twin flame in this lifetime due to personal things, due to life issues that are going on. Sometimes one person doesn't want to heal. Sometimes one person is always running away from the connection. So what ends up happening in these connections is that they show you a reflection of yourself so that way you can heal and become the best version of yourself. So I will tell you that you are not necessarily supposed to wait on this person. You can definitely keep your heart open for them, but I don't really feel like you are supposed to put your life on hold hoping that this person is going to come back to you, because while there could be a possibility, there could also be a possibility that they won't. And I feel like overall this situation is showing you, it's almost like I'm getting this energy of this person and just this whole situation as a whole, just really opening you up emotionally. It's like cracking open your heart where you had to, it's like you had to feel some intense love, some intense pain. You had to break. Something had to break in you in order for you to realize how powerful you are with the Emperor and the Two of Wands. Something in you had to change, and this person provided that change. They were that catalyst for you. So I do see you guys reluctantly. You are opening up to a new path here. You are working on something by yourself. You guys are very strong, very confident, but I do feel like there is a part of you that still wonders whether or not this situation is going to come back around. And like I said, I am getting the sense here with the Seven of Cups, I'm sorry, the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom, that it very well could, but it very well might not as well. So I feel like what comes down to this is control, expectation, and I really feel like you guys are just meant to ride this one out alone right now. I think honestly, with just everything that I'm seeing here, you guys are meant to be stepping into your own power at this time and not really worrying about another person, not really worrying about what happened in the past, but finding your own strength, finding your own confidence, and being able to do things on your own. Like I mentioned, maybe this is a big wound for you guys. Maybe you always felt that you had to be tied up to a partner or someone to actually be successful in life, but I don't think you have to. I think you will be very successful with or without this person, and this situation has definitely shown you that. And I feel like you have grown tremendously as a person with your emotions. I'm hearing naivety, so maybe you guys used to be a little naive here, and now this situation made you grow up and view things and view life a lot differently. But ultimately, no matter what happens with the situation, the lesson has been learned here, and the lesson overall was for you to find your true strength, to be able to stand on your own 2 feet without letting anyone else sway you, without letting the world knock you down. And unfortunately, you might not have this person in your life right now, but I do feel like the purpose of it has been met, and you have now reached a new level of personal growth, personal freedom, personal strength, and I don't really feel like anything can take that from you. I am getting also that your spiritual gifts have enhanced. So if you guys wanted to tap into spirituality a little bit more, if you wanted to tap into herbal magic or manifestation, this is definitely open for you. because this situation has made you grow as a person. They have spiritually awakened you to become who you are today. So this is what I am seeing for you guys. Yes, I am being guided to end it here. I don't think there's anything else I have to say here. So I really hope I was able to connect with you in this reading. I hope I was able to provide some reassurance or some enlightenment here that you might have needed to hear. And I will see you in my next reading for you. Bye. Hey pile 2, if you guys have chosen the Himalayan salt. The Himalayan salt crystal and the prisoner card, this is going to be your reading. So let's take a closer look at your card here. We have Venus, Neptune. We have the degrees of 21 degrees Aquarius to 4 degrees Pisces here. Some of you guys may be Aquarius or Pisces. You don't have to be. But I do feel like there is an element here of you guys feeling stuck in a situation in your life. So we're going to get a couple more oracle cards here to see what is going on. It's almost like you might feel like you have to contort yourself to fit in or to be a certain way. Maybe you guys are in survival mode when it comes to something. So let's take a look at what's happening here. Notice how the girl is also naked. So I feel like there could be an element of you guys feeling exposed or feeling like you are being put on display in some way. I don't know why it's coming through that way. Maybe you feel like you are being, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but I guess I'll just stick with exposed for now. So what advice can we give to pile number 2 on their spiritual journey, please? What advice can we give? Thank you. We have the Democrat with the wild rose. Yeah, there's something here that you guys feel is unfair. It's like, I feel like you guys are trying to play a role of peacemaker or leader in some area in your life. Some of you guys may also have Aries or Libra in your chart. You don't have to. You may just be embodying this energy of wanting to be righteous in a situation, wanting things to be equal, wanting things to be fair. I feel like you also have a very open mind here. So what advice can we give to pile number 2 on their spiritual journey? What advice can we give to pile number 2? Thank you. We have I Remember, Soul Plan, the Fated Life versus the Destiny Life. Oh, yeah, okay. Very, very deep. There's something here about you guys currently living in a situation or in a state of mind where you feel like this is all that you deserve or this is what life has cracked out to be for you. But this is obviously not the case here. There's something else that you are destined to do, something else you are destined to be. You are meant to be more than what you are now and more than where you are now. It's almost like some of you guys might feel hopeless at times, but then you remember and you have like this deep feeling in your soul that you're meant to do more, that you have. It's like you guys have more talent than what you give yourself credit for. Or it's almost like you live in an area, like in a demographic where maybe people, they don't understand you, or maybe you feel like you're very different from other people because you view things in a different way. Like you have a different, I don't know, perspective on the world. Yeah, it's like you're almost a leader to the people around you in a way, but you don't feel like it all the time. Can we get some advice for pile number 2 on their current spiritual journey? Thank you. Yeah, we have Seer of Souls, sensitivity, empathy, understanding. You guys are very, very sensitive here, and not to like call you out in any way to make you feel bad about that, but I think you guys have a gift here that you guys are not using to its full capability. I'm getting like a victim mentality here. I'm getting a mentality of like the martyr, like people who save other people so they can prevent themselves from healing themselves. So there's an energy here. Some of you guys might be Virgo as well, but there's a huge energy here of you. This is a lot. Hold on a second. I have a lot coming in right now. I feel like you guys have grown up feeling like you have to be taking care of others or being of service to others, that you have to bend and, like I mentioned, contort your way. Like this girl is fitting into this box. You have to make yourself fit in You have to make yourself feel needed or wanted in a situation. You have to provide for other people in order to survive. But I feel like there's something here where it's like you are the peacemaker. You are the one who is always there to save others, but then there's no one there to save you. And I feel like you guys have been giving too much of your time and energy to other people, to the people in your life, to the situations that you are in right now. I am getting that for many of you, you maybe still be, I can't talk today, Mercury retrograde. You may still be tied up in some karmic situations here, meaning that you have outgrown certain situations here that were meant to teach you a lesson and you're still there. Yeah, it's just like an energy here of you not being where you are supposed to be, and I'm not sure if you guys know that. It's like some of you guys feel that that no one understands you, that you're too sensitive, that it's almost like the way that you cope with the sensitivity that you have. Some of you guys are very psychic and you pick up on other people's emotions. You're able to walk into a room and feel how other people feel. It's almost like you're able to know exactly what's going on with somebody at any given time. But I feel like in order for you guys to deal with this, it's like you subject yourself to other situations that are not for your highest good here. Many of you guys may have been in abusive situations throughout your life. Maybe you still are. There's something here about, I don't know why, I don't know what word to put to this, but there's almost something here about your energy where people feel like they can take advantage of you because you are a giver, because you're very kind, because you're like a shapeshifter, you know, which is giving me that Virgo energy. You may be a Gemini as well. You don't have to be, but you guys definitely carry the energy of a shapeshifter here, a magician. And I'm not sure if you guys are using it to the best of your capability, because I just feel like there's situations and people in your life who take your energy from you, and then you end up feeling very, very tired, very drained, and then you're kind of just sitting there like this. Like, notice how in both of these images, there's two girls sitting down, and it's like they're processing the way that they're feeling, they're processing their emotions and what's going on in their life. And I feel like you guys are coming to this point in your life where you're like, I know that there's more for me. I know that where I'm living now or what I'm doing now is not where I'm supposed to be. Like, I know the universe has a greater purpose for me. And I'm here to tell you that, yes, the universe does have a greater purpose for you. You are meant to heal others. You are meant to help others who actually want to be helped. And I feel like in this situation and throughout your life, you may have helped people who didn't give a fuck, you know, they didn't care. They didn't want to be helped. They didn't want to heal. They didn't want to become better. So you may have surrounded yourself with many energy vampires here. I am getting like the empath narcissist paradigm here, where you were always either in a relationship with people or growing up and living around people who would take advantage of your energy, who would drain your life force, because you were very giving. You were very fair. You always wanted people to be taken care of, but then you were the one suffering in the end. And it's almost like I'm getting an energy here of like, it doesn't matter about me. Like, I don't matter as long as the people around me are taken care of. And well, that may be true to an extent. You are definitely neglecting your own spiritual health here. So there's something here about you guys maybe feeling like you're in a daze or in an illusion, or like your life doesn't make sense. And I feel like it's because you're not tapping into this power that you have. You guys were born with gifts. You guys are definitely empaths. You might have the gift of healing. You have the gift of emotional healing, definitely. So I feel like this is something that you can build upon. This is something that you are meant to pursue in your life. So let's go ahead and tap into the tarot here to get a couple more details about what's going on here. I'm actually getting that some of you might actually want to work for the judicial system, for the government. Maybe some of you guys want to make a difference in humanity. You want to help the less fortunate, something like that, because maybe you know what it feels like to suffer. You know what it feels like to have your rights ripped away from you. So you really want to help others who don't have a say. You guys are very fair. And I will say, I'm not sure if you guys have tapped into this yet or if you are fully aware of it, but you guys do have a side here that is very judicial, very just, which is making me feel like you might have Libra placements. But there's something here about you guys really having a strong moral system, a strong value system that you haven't fully tapped into yet, that when you are fully able to embody this in the future, it's almost like nothing's going to be able to slide past you. You're going to have a very strong moral compass, very strong boundaries here, because I feel like the way that you have grown up, the way that you have lived your life, it's very difficult for you to see people suffering. It's very difficult for you to see wrong being done to other people. So if you see this, if you witness it, it doesn't stand for you. You shut it down right away. And this might be now, this might be in the future, but I do see this energy within you guys where you have zero tolerance for anything that is unfair. And I do feel like this is something that you can pursue a career with. You definitely are. You guys are going to make a difference if you guys are able to tap into this strength that you have, this power that you have to actually understand how other people feel. Very strong empaths here. So can we please clarify the prisoner? Clarify the prisoner. These cards are very velvety, and I don't use them that often, so they're a little hard to shuffle, but give me a moment. Prisoner. All right, here we go. We have the Four of Pentacles. There's something here with finances. Some of you guys might actually feel... Let me move these up a little bit. Some of you guys actually feel like you could be a victim to your financial circumstances. Maybe you feel like you are actually... And I will say what I'm getting, that some of you guys could be in a relationship with someone who controls your finances, or maybe you don't have control over your finances at this time. There's something here about you not really having the total control over your material world right now. So this might be because of parents. This might be because of a partner who is narcissistic. Someone here who wants to control the way that you perceive yourself, the way that you live your life. You may be gaslit as well into thinking that this is all you deserve. Clarify the Democrat. We have the Four of Cups, yeah. It's almost like I'm getting this energy of I'm able to give everyone else great advice. I'm able to help others and be what others need, but no one is able to give me what I need. No one is able to pour back into my cup. So you guys are feeling very energetically drained. It's like you feel that no matter what help you give to others, you don't receive anything in return. Clarify, I remember. You guys could be spending a lot of time in meditation. We have the Magician, yeah. You guys are very powerful. Very powerful magicians here. Look at that Ace of Wands at the back. You guys have the ability to manifest. I'm hearing that you might need to vocalize your manifestations a little bit better. So maybe if you've been writing things down and it's not working, I would try to directly ask the universe. And it's definitely going to feel a little awkward at first. Sometimes it does for me as well. Still to this day, it feels very weird talking to the universe and asking for certain things, but you have to act like you're having a conversation. Be very upfront, be very honest. You can always do this in the privacy of your own home or anywhere that you are able to be alone so that no one can judge what you're saying. But the universe will not judge you. And I feel like there is an energy here of you needing to reconnect to your magical abilities, because I do feel like you guys are very powerful manifestors. And I feel like the more that you use your voice, the more that you're able to speak up, the more that you're able to... some of you guys might also be into candle work. So the more that you're able to connect to your own spiritual practice, I feel that you're going to remember a lot of what you're supposed to be doing here. Clarify the Seer of Souls, please. King of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm getting this energy of you guys actually being very psychic. We have 10 of Cups here. There's this energy of you being able to see the true intentions of other people, but I feel like through conditioning and through the relationships that you have been in your life, you have been gaslit and manipulated into thinking that you are not powerful. You have been conditioned to feel that what you feel and what you recognize to be true is not true. So it's almost like you guys are feeling like you don't understand yourselves, but I feel like it's because of the people that are around you. And sometimes we don't have control over this. Sometimes this can be our parents, this can be our families. But I do feel like this has bled into your romantic relationships, into your friendships as well. And I feel like you might be surrounding yourself with people here who just don't get you. They're not in the same wavelength as you. And this is nothing against those people, of course, unless they are honestly out to get you unless they are hurting you on purpose. But I feel like you guys actually have very strong potential here to be some sort of energy healer, just some sort of empathic healer, maybe like a trauma healer as well. You guys are very well versed in the emotional arena. So you guys are probably right brain dominant. You guys could be very creative, very artistic. I would definitely try to tap into anything that you can create with your hands, like pottery, painting, knitting, scrapbooking, anything where you can channel like the depth of emotions that you guys have or what you feel onto something else in order to actually make sense of what's going on inside of you, because I feel like you guys keep a lot to yourselves because you feel that no one around you is the same as you. No one understands you. Or maybe the people around you are not safe for some of you. But I am seeing with the Seer of Souls being clarified by the King of Pentacles and then the Ten of Cups at the back of the deck here, the more that you are able to establish self-confidence by establishing some sort of spiritual practice for yourself, some sort of routine here where you are able to connect with yourself, with the universe, it's going to lead you here to this King of Pentacles position where you are actually going to be very successful. You could be a very successful healer, a very successful teacher, a therapist even. I'm getting like family therapy for some of you, marriage counseling maybe. Something here where you are helping others work through their emotions because you guys are very gifted at this. You guys are able to understand the root cause of a problem. And I feel like you have a very strong and powerful gift here, so long as you are able to remove yourself from this dark mentality that other people have pushed upon you. And I feel like a lot of that comes with removing yourself from these situations. And of course, some of them are going to be more difficult than others. If you are in a very unsafe situation, I would try to reach out to somebody that you trust to get some help, someone that you can confide in. But I do feel like the more that you are able to push away from this past energy of people feeling disappointed in others, feeling like you are controlled by other people, there's something about your energy where people want to take advantage of it. They want to control it. They want to keep it for themselves. So when you recognize this, when you're able to recognize the power that you actually hold, you will not subject yourself to these people who want to take advantage of your energy, who want you for themselves. Sorry, I was stopped there because they took me back to the Prisoner card here. Yeah, I'm getting that for some of you, there are some self-imposed limitations that you put on yourself, and there are also some external limitations. So I feel like you guys have to address those internal limitations that you place on yourself first by connecting with a ritual with yourself or making some sort of routine for yourself here where you can actually, like I mentioned, just connect to your own spirituality, connect to who you truly are at your core, because you give a lot of yourself to other people. And I feel like when you are able to do that for yourself, you're going to be feeling a lot more confident, a lot stronger in who you are as a person. And you're finally going to realize that you have been keeping yourself in a box for too long, that you have been making yourself small around other people because you did not value yourself enough, because you did not think you were talented enough. And yeah, just the more that you move towards that energy, you're going to be feeling, look at this King of Pentacles, like he's very secure in himself. You're going from this, and this to this. So you guys are growing a lot. You guys are growing in the sense of being able to stand up for yourself, being able to actually demand what you deserve and to know what you deserve. And I feel like you have, I'm hearing it's time. That's what I'm getting. It's time. It's time to do this and to not look back. And I feel like that's where I'm being guided to end it here. They're cutting me off. I'm seeing like a, what do they call them? Like when you're acting and they cut the scene. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing in my mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here for you guys. I feel like I've said what I need to say here. I really hope I was able to connect with you in this reading. Let me know if I did, and I will see you in my next reading for you. Bye. Hey Pile 3, if you guys have chosen the Lapis Lazuli crystal and the first quarter waxing earth moon with stability as your card, this is going to be your message. So let's take a look at your card here. The element of earth is very significant here. So you guys may be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You don't have to be. Maybe you have an earth moon, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I definitely feel like there is something here that you guys are working on that is actually very successful. It's leading you somewhere that you want to be. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of your oracle cards out to see what is happening here, because I do feel like this is something that you have been working on for quite a long time. This could involve a partnership with the number 2 being here. Doesn't have to. And the waxing earth moon. So the waxing moon is a time where we are moving closer to the phase of the full moon. It's the phase of the moon where the crescent is starting to form. It's starting to become noticeable in the sky. And being in an earth moon, this is usually very stable, very practical. So I do feel like there is something that you guys are working on in the material plane where you guys are either acquiring some sort of financial stability or maybe some sort of affluence here. So what advice can we give to pile number 3 on their spiritual journey, please? Advice for pile, okay. We have the ruler. Yeah, definitely. You guys are doing something very powerful here. You guys could have opened up a business. You feel like this is like you were spiritually guided to do it. It could be a spiritual business for some of you. Others of you guys are just in a position of authority at this time, or you feel like you are doing everything right. You feel like you are on the right path. Advice for pile number 3 on their spiritual journey. Thank you. Yeah, look at this. We have portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. Wild card. Wow. Very big energy here. It's almost like the next decisions that you make are going to lead you. Or here, let me backtrack a little bit. It's almost like you have many options available to you at this time. And depending on what you decide to do, what path you decide to take, what doors you decide to open, it's going to lead you down something better. So it's almost like you are co-creating here with the universe. There's something here where every action that you take is sort of generating this timeline of events for you. Yeah, it's like you decide, with the ruler, you decide stability. You're being given full control here over what happens next. So I am getting that for many of you, you could be very, like a little bit more advanced in your spiritual journey. Maybe you guys are already familiar with your gifts. You already know how to follow your intuition, things like that. Look at this. Yeah, we have solar power, vitality, warmth, and energy. So I am feeling that some of you could be Leo as well, or Sagittarius. So let's take a look at this energy here. Let's see what comes through. Anything else coming through here? Yeah, I'm just getting the same energy. There's something here about you guys having full control over whatever is happening in your life right now, because I feel like you have reached a place of spiritual maturity where you are able to, like I mentioned, follow your intuition. You are able to recognize signs from the universe. You are able to follow your intuition without a doubt. You're able to follow it blindly even when you don't know what's on the other side. You're able to do something that feels right, to step into an experience that feels like it's calling you even when you don't know what to expect, because you know that your intuition is guiding you to do so. And I feel like this is what has brought you guys to this position of stability, this position of authority and stronghold in your life. Notice how the flower is fully bloomed as well, and it has its thorns. So you guys are definitely either a little older in your like actual life, or you guys are very experienced in your spiritual practice. There's just something here about you guys, like you guys understand, you know, you guys are getting the memo. You guys are totally following the signs that you are being given here. Even when you don't completely trust it, you know that you are meant to follow that path. So let's take a look at your tarot cards here. This is pretty straightforward. Yeah, I feel like you guys are pretty sure of yourselves right now. You guys are carrying this sustained energy of effort, discipline. There's nothing really distracting you at this time. And even if it is, I don't really feel like it's enough to pull you off of your path. Very focused right now. So let's take a look here. Very positive energy. I love this for you guys. So let's clarify the stability card. 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. Some of you guys are definitely working on a business. Maybe some of you have had a baby recently. Maybe you're pregnant. Maybe your partner is going to have a baby. Let me make sure you guys can see this. I don't know why. It's like no matter how many times I film, I can't gauge how much space I need here for the cards. Okay. All right, yeah. So you guys are working on something that is going to bring you a lot of success. This is something that is foundational. This is a legacy. And like I mentioned, this could have to do with a family situation. It could have to do with a business, buying a home. But whatever you guys are doing, you guys are on the ball. You guys are on the roll right now. and you guys know what you're doing. You guys are in a good place. And if you feel like you're not in a good place, then this might not be your reading, because I honestly feel like whoever is reading this is for, you guys are very confident where you're at. Like, even if you don't have everything, you know, like your life doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have everything in place, but you have a very strong belief in yourself. You have a very strong belief in the path that you're following. So there's not too much energy of being unsure here. So if you are unsure, then I would check out another pile. Clarify the ruler. Eight of Cups. Okay. I feel like your past situations, things that you have learned in the past about your connections, about your emotions, have really brought you to this place. It's like you have matured a lot in your emotions, and I feel like you've learned a lot of lessons here. Some of you guys could be Scorpios as well. But I feel like there's an energy here of you having a lot of life experience, no matter how old you are. Some of you I am speaking to, you are actually a little older in life. You might be like 40s, 50s, or older. But for others of you, you are a little younger, but you have an old soul. So there's something here about you guys having a very old soul. You guys are very smart, emotionally intelligent as well. Not just book smart, but emotionally smart. You guys understand the world. You guys know how the cycles of life work, and you have acquired a lot of knowledge throughout your years here, or just throughout the experiences that you've had that have led you to this point. I am getting that for some of you, this is a strong message coming through. You could be becoming parents, or this is something that you're working towards. It's like you're trying to break some sort of cycle here in order to have that stable family life that you want. So clarify the portal. Clarify the portal, please. We have the wheel. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Like, this is literally the energy of whatever you touch turns to gold. Whatever you pursue will be successful. This is amazing. And then we have Three of Cups at the back. So you guys could actually be connecting with soul family at this time. So anyone who is coming into your life around this time, I feel like they are going to play a major role in your life, even if they don't stick around forever. But I do feel like these people, they understand you. These are people that you have walked into and sort of brought to you by the experiences that you've had in your life, where it's almost like you and the people that you are coming into contact with have encountered similar lessons in life, and now you guys are coming to this culmination point where you are able to understand each other a lot better due to the situations that you have gone through. But aside from that, yeah, notice how we have also this Wheel of Fortune. It's a very cool depiction because it's a spider web, and we see the web just all around here being built, and then we see the spider up there in the corner. So you guys probably feel like you guys are crafting your dream life at this time. Yeah, definitely. It's like whatever choices you make, how can I describe this? Okay, so you guys know when, I don't know if you've been on a train before or been to a train station, but when there's a certain train track open and the train is following that path, I don't know, how can I describe this, if this is even gonna sound right. Okay, so it's like you're on the train, right? And the path is going one way. But let's say, I think you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like how the train tracks have this like thing in the middle that switches the path. So it's almost like you're going one way and then the train switches its course depending on a decision you make, and then it goes the other way. So it's almost like whatever choices you're making, whatever you're doing every single day of your life is actually bringing you this life that you're looking for. So, and obviously this is to a certain extent with everybody, but I feel like for you guys, this is like very, very important at this time, because you guys are walking into a period of life here where it's like everything is becoming available to you. Everything that you have dreamed of, everything that you have ever wanted is becoming closer and closer to you. And it's because you have trust in the universe. It's because you have learned from your past. I can't talk today. It's because you have reached this place of internal stability within yourself, where you are able to recognize what's good for you, and you are able to trust yourself to actually make these jumps. I feel like you guys are not afraid of change. You guys are not afraid to take a chance on something if you feel like it's right for you. So this is a beautiful energy for you guys. Clarify solar power. Clarify solar power. The Fool. Amazing. Amazing. Back of the deck, we do have the Nine of Swords here. So there could, oh shit, Seven of Swords. Okay, interesting. I feel like we'll keep these out for now. I'm going to see what those mean in a moment. But solar power being clarified by the Fool here. This is an energy, once again, of completely trusting yourself, having faith in yourself, having faith in the steps that you're taking. Notice how she's kind of walking on these, some of them look like ice, some of them look like ground, like earth, like muddy earth. So I feel like you guys are very grounded. You guys are able to tap into your higher self as well as your subconscious very easily. I feel like you guys are just very balanced overall. You're not afraid to take a chance. You're not afraid to open up to a new direction. You're not afraid to travel. You're not afraid of many things at this time. But I am going to clarify what these mean here. What is the Seven of Swords and Nine of Swords coming through? What is this? There could be, for a few of you, some things that you have not completely worked through. Eight of Wands. It could have to do with your emotions. King of Wands, or something about your ability to go after what you want. Maybe some of you guys struggle with self-sabotage, maybe fear of the unknown for some of you, but it really feels like you don't really sit on this energy for too long. I feel like you don't really let yourself talk yourself out of things that could be good for you. It's almost like an energy of self-isolation or victimizing yourself, but I feel like this is something you have outgrown for the most part. I feel like, of course, we're human. We're all going to feel things one way or another eventually. We all feel all the range of emotions, but I feel like there is a subconscious fear here of maybe you feeling like you don't have what it takes, or you're not strong enough. For some of you with the Nine of Swords, there is something that you still have to heal when it comes to the unknown or fear of the unknown, something like that. But I feel like with the Eight of Wands, King of Wands, High Priestess, you guys quickly move out of this energy. You guys are actually, some of you guys might have cats. This is calling to me very strongly. If you don't have a cat, maybe you have another pet, or maybe you just have a animal spirit in the universe that is looking out for you here. But you guys are very intuitive, very, very intuitive, very magical. Your manifestation ability is probably very strong. Like I mentioned here, everything you touch turns to gold. Everything that you invest in with a true heart and a true intention comes to fruition. So I feel like this is just a matter of being able to completely let yourself go after what you want without being afraid, without feeling like you have to hide an aspect of who you are, or without feeling like you have to hide it from other people. Clarify the Seven of Swords one more time. I don't know why I feel like I have to clarify that. Seven of Swords, please. Anything else about the Seven of Swords? Yeah, Eight of Swords. It's like a self-imposed prison that you guys put yourself in. Eight of Swords, Hermit. Maybe before you make a decision, you spend a lot of time thinking about it. Maybe you weigh all your options, and then when you finally get to a place of security where you want to take action, then you take action. So I do feel like for some of you, this is probably the only thing you could be really facing at this time, sort of trusting your own judgment, or not being afraid to take a chance. Or some of you guys have like a control thing here where you like to keep control, which is very fitting if you are an earth sign. It's almost like if it doesn't make sense in the long run, you don't want to pursue it. But I feel like it's not a major problem for you guys. I feel like this is just something where you like to weigh your options. You like to make sure that it's almost like you wait for the emotional high to pass, or the emotional impulse. You don't really make impulsive decisions. Yes, you don't make impulsive decisions unless you really feel like that is what you're being called to do. With the Page of Wands, you like to weigh all of your options. You like to make sure that you're making the right decision. You like to be responsible. Yeah. Page of Wands, Chariot. It's like you like to have decisions made from a balance of the logical mind and the emotional and the intuitive. So very, very mature here. Yeah, I feel like overall you guys have reached a place of security in your personal development. You guys have reached a place of being able to feel like you can trust yourself. And I feel like maybe this energy comes through because you think of a time where you used to feel trapped, where you used to feel like you couldn't trust yourself, like you didn't know what was going to happen. But I feel like you've healed this energy through being able to take a chance on yourself, through being able to follow the guidance that you're being given without second guessing it. And I feel like that's the reason you have brought yourself to this stable 10 of Pentacles place, this ruler energy, this energy where you're able to, like, the universe is literally just opening up for you. It's like a big flower that I'm seeing. The universe is totally accepting you as you are, and I feel like you have really outgrown an energy of wanting to keep control or have things play out a certain way, having an expectation when it comes to an outcome of a situation. But I feel like now it's becoming less and less as you heal this energy, and more so being able to follow this energy, the Eight of Wands and the Page of Wands, trusting that intuitive nudge that you feel in your heart and your solar plexus, being able to fully follow the path, like I mentioned, even when you don't see the outcome, even when you're not sure where it's going to lead. But as long as you feel excited about it, as long as you feel like you have the energy for it, then you're all for it and you follow it. And I feel like this is a beautiful thing. I feel like you guys have definitely moved past an energy of feeling afraid. And if anything, you guys still deal with like maybe the repercussions of it from time to time, where you still might second guess yourself. But like I said, I don't think it's a major problem here because you have brought yourself to this place of stability. So this is just something that you're still working on, something that you're still healing. But you have learned to trust yourself a lot more, and you have learned to follow your intuition a lot more, which is beautiful. So I am going to end the reading here for you. I really hope I was able to connect with you in this reading, and I will see you in my next reading for you. Bye.